The digestive system. Functional activities of digestive system. 1. Ingestion, mastication, deglutition, digestion, absorption, peristalsis, defecation. Anatomically and functionally can be divided into a tubular digestive tract, accessory organs, mouth. It is formed by the cheeks, lips, hard and soft palate, tongue. They are covered externally by skin and internally by a mucous membrane which consists of NKSSE. Oral cavity divided into the vestibule and the mouth proper. The oral vestibule is a space bounded externally by the cheeks and lips, internally by the gums and the teeth. The oral cavity proper is a space that extends from the gums and the teeth to the fauces. The opening between the oral cavity and the oropharynx. This is the diagrams. On the left side, ovula, soft palate, palatoglossal arc, palatine tonsil, hard palate, oral cavity, tongue, lingual tonsil, oropharynx, epiglottis, laryngopharynx, hyoid bone. On the right side, this is opening of pharyngo, lymphatic or auditory tube in nasopharynx. Soft palate, the mobile fibromuscular attached to hard palate between oro and the nasopharynx. Lateral to the ovula are two muscular folds, the palatoglossal arc, the palatopharyngeal arc, the palatine tonsil between the arcs and the lingual tonsils at the base of the tongue. Hard palate, maxilla and palatine bone, the ovula hanging from the free border of the soft palate. Teeth or dents located in bony sockets of the mandible and the maxilla. The sockets are covered by the gingiva or gums, lined with the periodontal ligament, dense, fibrous connective tissue anchoring the teeth to bone. A typical tooth has three major external regions. These are the crown, root, and the neck. This is the diagram. The crown, visible portion above the gums. The root part is embedded in the socket. The neck, junction line of the crown and the root. Tooth anatomy. Dentin internally forms the majority of the tooth. Consists of a calcified connective tissue. Gives its basic shape and rigidity. At the crown covered by enamel that consists of calcium phosphate and calcium carbonate. At the root covered by cementum, a ball-like substance attaching the root to the periodontal ligament. This is a diagram. The dentin encloses the pulp cavity, a space in the crown filled with pulp. Pulp is a city with BV nerves and LV root canals. Narrow extension of the pulp cavity in the root has an opening at its base. Two sets of teeth. The DS teeth begin to erupt at 6 months. One pair appears about each month until all 20 are present, lost in the same sequence between 6 and 12 years of age. The permanent teeth appear between age 6 and adulthood. There are 32 teeth in a complete permanent set. 4 types of teeth in adult. These are incisors, canines, premolars, and the molars. The diagram is like the tongue, composed of skeletal muscle covered with mucous membranes attached inferiorly to the hyoid bone, styloid process, and mandible. Each half consists of extrinsic and intrinsic muscles. The extrinsic muscles originate outside the tongue and insert into CT in the tongue. The hyoglossus, the genioglossus, and the styloglossus muscles move the tongue and form the floor and hold the tongue in position. The intrinsic muscles originate and insert into connective tissue within the tongue, alter the shape and size of the tongue for speech and swallowing. The longitudinalis superior, longitudinalis inferior, transversus lingua, and the verticalis linguae muscles. The sulcus terminalis, a V-shaped depression, divides into anterior 2/3 and a posterior 1/3. Dorsal surface covered by SSNK2 keratinized. Ventral surface covered by SSNK epithelium. Possesses a muscular core which constitutes the bulk of the lingual tissue. Numerous minor salivary glands interspersed among the muscle fibers. The dorsum and the lateral surface are covered with papilla or papillae, nipple-shaped projections of the lamina propria covered with SSE. Many papillae contain taste buds. Lingual glands in the lamina propria secrete both mucus and a watery serous fluid. Contains the enzyme lingual lipase. Lingual papillae on the dorsal anterior toward third. 4 types, different in shape and function. 1. A filiform papillae are short, narrow and highly keratinized, pointed structures. 2. Fungiform papillae are mushroom-shaped structures interspersed among the filiform papillae. 3. Folate papillae are shallow, longitudinal furrows on the lateral aspect. 4. Circumvallate papillae are large, circular papillae, 10 to 15 or 15 in number, anterior to the sulcus terminalis. Note, be careful. Taste buds are present on fungiform, folate, and circumvallate papillae. Salivary glands. Secretes saliva has various functions. Serves as a solvent, cleansing the teeth and dissolving food chemicals so that they can be tested. Contains enzymes which digest starch. Contains mucus which lubricates the pharynx to facilitate swallowing. 3 paired salivary glands. The parotid 25%, submandibular 70%, sublingual glands 5%. The parotid gland is the largest of salivary glands, located anterior and inferior to auricle. The parotid duct, 5 cm long, drains into the oral cavity opposite the second upper molar. The submandibular glands are U-shaped salivary glands, lie along the body of the mandible on its inner side. Their duct opens into the floor of the mouth on both lateral sides of the lingual frenulum. The sublingual glands are the smallest and the most deeply located in the floor of the mouth. Both of them unite to form a horseshoe-shaped glandular mass around the lingual frenulum. The ducts 10 to 1 or 12 open into the floor of the mouth, posterior to the papilla of submandibular duct. Constituents of saliva. Water or H2O 99.5%, electrolytes 0.5%, sodium, chlorine, potassium, hydrocarbon or carbon, HCO3, Mg, iodine, etc. Other organic substances include enzymes, amylase, lingual lipases, lysosomes, thiocyanate, glycoproteins or albumin, globulin, IgA, mucus, etc. Total secretion equals to about 1 to up to 1.5 L per day. The diagram looks like this. Is a structure innervated by both divisions of the ANS. Sympathetic impulses stimulate the secretion of small amounts of viscous saliva. sympathetic stimulates the secretion of large amount of watery saliva. Daily about 1 to 2 liters of saliva is secreted. The pharynx consists of external and internal muscles. The external include the superior, the middle, and the inferior. Constrict the pharynx during swallowing. The internal include stylopharyngeus, palatopharyngeus, and salpingopharyngeus. Elevate the larynx and the pharynx in swallowing and during speaking. The inferior constrictor muscle prevents air from entering the esophagus during breathing. Histological layers of the GIT, gastrointestinal tract, are similar throughout the alimentary canal, but display characteristic regional specialization. A. Mucosa. Epithelium lines the lumen of the alimentary canal. Consists of SCCE that contains many types of cells or goblet. Absorptive cells of the epithelium contain microvilli. The small intestinal mucosa contains intestinal glands. Lamina propria consists of loose connective tissue housing glands and lymphoid accumulations. Muscularis mucosae composed of 1 to 3 layers of smooth muscles responsible for motility of the mucosa. B. Submucosa consists of dense, irregular, collagenous or fibroelastic CT. Contains glands only in the esophagus and duodenum. Houses Meissner's or submucosal nerve plexus. C. Muscularis externa is composed of 2 layers of smooth muscle, 3 layers in the stomach. Houses or patches or mesenteric nerve plexus, primarily responsible for its innervation. Is responsible for gut motility. D. Serosa is a serous membrane composed of areolar CT and simple squamous epithelium or mesothelium. It is also called the visceral peritoneum. The esophagus lacks a serosa, only a single layer of areolar connective tissue called the adventitia formis. It is superficial layer. The diagram looks like this. The 4 types of the GI tract from deep to superficial are the mucosa, submucosa, muscularis, and serosa. This is the second diagram. That means serosa, circular muscle, longitudinal muscle, submucosa, Meissner's nerve plexus, mucosa, epithelial lining, mucosal muscle, mucosal gland, mesenteric nerve plexus, submucosal gland, mesentery. Esophagus, muscular tube, 25 cm, connects the pharynx to the stomach, located posterior to the trachea, passes through esophageal hiatus is lined with a NKSSE. Upper third contains skeletal. Middle third contains mixed. Terminal part contains smooth muscle. Terminal portion is narrowed. Lower esophageal sphincter prevents regurgitation. Stomach. A J-shaped enlargement inferior to the diaphragm is in the epigastric, umbilical, and left hypochondriac regions. Has four main regions. These are cardia, fundus, body, and pylorus. Two curvatures, laser and greater. Two surfaces, anterior and posterior. The mucosa, SCE cells, lamina propria and muscularis mucosa. Submucosa composed of areolar CT, submuscularis, 3 layers of smooth muscle, an outer longitudinal, a mid-circular, and an inner oblique layer. The serosa. Simple SE and areolar CT. At the laser curvature is the visceral peritoneum. Extends upward to the liver. The laser momentum at the greater curvature continues downward as the greater momentum. Histology of the stomach. Epithelial cells extend down into the lamina propria. They form columns of secretory cells called gastric gland. This is diagram. Sectional view of the stomach mucosa, showing gastric glands and cell types. Small intestine, about 3 meters in length and 2.5 centimeters in diameter, between the pyloric sphincter and the ileocecal valve. Here, digestion is complete and nutrients are absorbed. The surface area of the intestinal wall is increased by villi and microvilli. The microvilli plus villi plus greater foldings, that means plesia, circulars increase the surface by 600 fold. It is supported except for the first portion by the mesentery. Enclosed within the mesentery are blood vessels, nerves, and lymphatic vessels. Anatomy of the small intestine divided into 3 regions. These are 1. Duodenum, the shortest region, 25 cm from pyloric sphincter. It is retroperitoneal. The left concave surface receives bile and pancreatic secretions. Both ducts unite to form a common entry called the hepatopancreatic ampulla or ampulla of water. The jejunum is the second type of small intestine. It is about 1 meter long and extends to the ileum. The third one is the ileum, longest region, measures about 2 meters. Joins the large intestine at the ileocecal valve. Histology of the small intestine. By the same 4 layers that make up most of the GIT tract, mucosa, submucosa, muscularis, and serosa. Simple CE with many types of cells. Goblet cells, which secrete mucus. Many deep crevices lined with glandular epithelium forms intestinal glands, that means crypts of Liaverculum. Liavercun. Secrete intestinal juice. Panes and enteroendocrine cells. Panes cells secrete lysosome, a bactericidal enzyme. These types of enteroendocrine cells are found C cells, CCK cells, and K cells. They secrete the hormones secreting stachynin, and glucose dependent insulin nootropic peptide contains the lamina propria contains areolar city and has an abundance of mucosa associated with lymphoid tissue. MALT solitary lymphatic nodules and aggregated lymphatic follicles. That means pairs patches are numerous in the ileum. The submucosa contains duodenal or brunner glands secrete alkaline mucus. The muscularis consists of two layers. The outer, the thinner longitudinal, the inner thicker circular fibers. This is a diagram lumen of small intestine. Structural features of the SI facilitate the process of digestion and absorption, include circular folds, villi and microvilli. Circular folds, placa circularis, are folds of the mucosa and submucosa, are about 10 mm or 1 millimeter long from proximal portion of the duodenum to mid portion of the ileum. Enhance absorption by increasing surface area. Villi or tufts of hair are finger-like projections of the mucosa, 0.5 to 1 mm long, increases the surface area to absorption and digestion. Each villus is covered by epithelium. Microvilli, projections of the apical membrane of the absorptive cells, is a 1 micro long cylindrical projection formed brush border extending into the lumen of the SI, about 200 mm per square millimeter of SI, greatly increase the surface area of the plasma membrane. Larger amounts of digestive nutrients can diffuse into absorptive cells in a given period. This is the diagrams. Large intestine. The functional portion of the GI tract, overall function are the completion of absorption, the production of certain vitamins, the formation and expulsion of feces. Divided into the cecum or cecum, common rectum and anal canal. The cecum is the dilated pouch that hangs inferiorly below the ileocecal valve. The appendix 9 cm is attached to the inferior margin of the cecum or cecum. It has an abundance of lymphatic tissue which serves to resist infection. The colon consists of ascending, transverse, descending, and sigmoid portions. The ascending colon extends from cecum 1 cecum along the right abdominal wall to the interior surface of the layer. Transverse colon crosses the upper abdominal cavity, bends at a right edge, called the splenic flexure, that means left colic rigor. The descending colon passes inferiorly along the left abdominal wall to the pelvic organ. It bends medially home the pelvic rim to form an shaped curve called the sigmoid colon. The rectum terminal 20 cm portion of the GIT. It is last 2 to 3 cm is called the anal canal. The anus is the external opening of the anal canal. Two sphincter muscles guard the anal opening. The internal or smooth muscle, external and sphincter skeletal muscle. The mucous membrane of the anal canal, arranged with longitudinal folds called anal columns, contain a network of arteries and key veins. This is just like the diagram. Histology of the large intestine.